Greetings, today on my Focus RS I am installing the Emerald Struts automatic boot struts.
Alright then, here we have the Emerald Struts for the MK3 Focus. Specifically, of course, I am installing them onto my RS, but they are compatible with all the Mk3s, and indeed you can get these for not just Fords and not just Focuses, but for a whole range of different cars. No matter what you have, jump on their website and see if they have a kit for you. The idea behind these then is that we get to open our boot without having to actually open it as such. All we have to do is use the key to unlock it, and then it will unlatch itself, which is just going to add a really nice element of convenience and ultimate style points as well, because it's just going to look absolutely cool, as you will see once we get the install done. Now the gas struts themselves, they are very nice quality feeling and looking, and it's a really simple idea, but it's just going to be like so effective. And essentially the idea is the addition of this little spring right here at the end. This little spring is what is going to provide that push to unlatch the boot, and you know, that is pretty much it. It's just so simple, but it's just such a genius idea. One other thing that I've noticed that is a nice little feature is you can see we have these nice metal connections with those little locking pins, which is a very similar, if not identical, design to the bonnet struts that I got from SiCo Developments and have in my RS already. So that is a nice little quality upgrade, and of course, given that I have the bonnet version already, it'll just match in really nice and make things look nice and consistent. So installation should be very quick, very easy, very simple. So without further ado, let's go out to the car and get started. Alright then, out at the car, obviously normal operation, unlock it, and then we have to come over and actually lift it up, which obviously isn't a huge deal. I mean, it's pretty standard, it's pretty normal. But yes, here we can see our stock struts, which are very similar, of course, especially in this middle section, to our new Emerald Struts. And you can see the difference in the ends there. This is sort of like plastic with a metal locking tab. And we've already covered that we get a nice full metal replacement in the Emerald Struts, and then it's up at the top end where that spring is. Okay, before we get started then, we're just going to preemptively screw on our little connections here that came separate. So just get that on there. Pretty much already in the right position, basically one pointing that way and one pointing the other way. The way that these lock in place is with this little locking pin. So before we remove our stock ones, it's a good idea to just pop this off. So you just push it. Once you push it, it swings around, and then you can just remove it very easily like that. So I'm going to do that top and bottom for both. They're all the same, so it doesn't really matter. Just to be prepared for getting this into the car. Alright, so now we're ready to go. We're ready to remove our struts. Now the stock struts, they are not strong enough to be able to hold the boot open on just one strut. So when you're doing this, you'll need to have these either close to hand so that you can hold the boot open whilst you get the old ones out and the new ones in, or you'll need to have someone helping you to hold the boot up whilst you do the installation. So I'm going to do one at a time and get them both installed. Starting at the top, you can see that there is a little groove here just underneath this metal tab, which is our locking tab. So all we need is a small flathead screwdriver to get in there and pop that out. Once we pop that out, then we just need to give this a yank and it will come off from the little ball end. And then we will repeat on the bottom one. Nice and easy. Installation then of our new strut is going to be literally just the exact opposite. So I'll get the bottom one in, I'll get the top one in, and then once I do that, I'll get our little locking pins in place. Okay, and we can let go of the boot now that that is in place. Okay, the locking pins then, literally as you would expect, they just go in as we took them out. So there's the two holes that you will be able to find on one side of the little metal bit. So with the pin sort of outward, we just slot that up through. Yep, there it goes. So whenever it's up through, then we just line the sort of hook end up with this ridge right here in the middle, and then give it a wee push, clicks into place, and that's it, locked. So then we just do that exact same thing on the lower one. Of course, on the lower one you have to work upside down, so your hook is going to be upside down as well, but it's the exact same thing. So if you need to give this a wee wiggle just to get it all lined up, and then the exact same thing, done. So that is this side done. We just need to repeat that exact same process on the other side. Before I do the other side, if you want a little side-by-side comparison, here we are. So obviously they're, you know, they're very similar. They're not the same, obviously. These are made by Ford, these are made by Emerald Struts. So there are some slight differences, but for all intents and purposes, it's going to look pretty OEM plus. I mean, apart from the spring being bright red and stuff. But yes, they look great, very nice quality. So let's get this other one done and then we'll be finished. So just as I'm doing this, as it turns out, the new Emerald Struts are actually strong enough to support the entire boot hatch on one strut, so that makes the installation of the other side much easier. If indeed you're like me and you're on your own doing this, so that's pretty awesome. There we go then, that is both sides done, and I gotta say that was a bit of an unexpected upgrade, the fact that the whole boot hatch was able to be supported by just one Emerald strut, whereas the stock Ford ones you could not do that. Once you take one of the stock Ford ones off, it starts to fall down, so that's pretty cool. These are super duper sturdy, super duper strong. So now all that I gotta do is to test these out with the automatic opening feature, test out these little springs. So very simply, all I'm gonna do is close the hatch, double hit the button and see what happens. Here we go then, we're ready for the grand reveal. So I got my key. Heyo. I guess that works nicely. Well, there we go, that is the installation finished of the new Emerald Struts on my Focus RS, and I gotta say, everything about them is awesome. They are really sturdy, really strong, really well made, and they fit perfect. They look really sort of OEM plus, with an emphasis on the plus, I suppose. So like I was saying earlier, just the convenience is awesome, and of course the style points as well. Just an excellent upgrade, and if you want to go even further than this kit, you can. Emerald Struts have another kit which is electrified, which means that it also has like a button that you can press and it'll close itself and stuff, which is even more awesome. So yeah, I'm super happy with my new Emerald Struts, and I hope you like them too, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like, share and subscribe for more content to come very, very soon. Thank you once again. Goodbye.